Hey Aquarius, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Blue Mountains Tarot. This is going to be your general reading for the second half of May, 15th to the 31st. These are general readings. Please keep that in mind. Only take the messages that resonate, leave the rest behind. I appreciate everybody's support, so thank you in advance, Aquarius, for your likes, shares, comments, subscriptions, contributions. I appreciate that. Let's take a look, guys, what's going on with you. Second half of May. It's been super busy on my end, so yeah, it's been a little bit busy. So I'm trying to get as many videos out as I can, but I've got a lot of personal readings on the go. If you are booking, we're going into June. Okay, clarity is coming for you, a decision. Two of Swords, Ace of Swords. I feel like you finally are getting some kind of decision or clarity around a decision that maybe you've been sitting with or undecided about something. It kind of sets you free is what I'm getting. There's like a bit of a new beginning. Tell me about this Two of Swords. What's this indecision? What's going on with Aquarius? Okay, your path, the Chariot, where you're headed. What am I doing? Where am I going? How's my future looking? What are my new goals? You know, maybe there's a decision around travel or moving. There could be something around that. You get a lot of clarity and you get a decision here. You've kind of got your, I feel like you're now moving on your path. You're on the right road. You're on that, you know where you're going, what you're wanting, or that's coming. That's coming up for some of you who are still in the midst of that. What's going on with me? Let's see. Four of Wands, stability. Tell me more. Fool. Okay, so I can see here, Aquarius, where, you know, before you make the next move, the thing is that you're trying to do this in a very like prepared, planned way. You want to be prepared. You want to plan for this new beginning. So if you're moving, if you're leaving and going across the world or something, you kind of want to set up stability in your life, within your situation. There's a bit of a home base energy is what I'm getting. Like you're kind of, it's like some of you might be, I get this vibe or energy of like, some of you may be, let's say you're traveling or moving. I feel like some of you want to maintain or keep the current home base that you have and somehow set that up so that it's kind of self-sufficient. It's running itself. Maybe that's renting. Maybe that's, you know, putting a tenant in a place. This is a bit more of a specific message for some of you, but I feel like some of you are saying, before I leap into the new thing, I want to maintain, or I want to make sure that what I've worked hard for, what I've established in my life is protected. You're not willing to compromise something. You're very much making sure a situation is well situated, balanced, stable, connected. So I feel like you're definitely ready for a change. You're ready to move on, but you're also preparing before you do that. And that could have been the undeciding factor. Is how do I do that? How do I set that up? What's the steps involved? So there's a bit of a checklist, maybe a bit of a steps process of like checking off the to-do list in life in something that you want to maintain before you take another path here. Seven of Wands. Yeah, see, you're protecting. You're safeguarding an investment, safeguarding your home. I get around the home. I feel like there is somebody out there, again, a specific message where you're like, I'm going to rent out my place, or I'm going to have a family member move in possibly while you take off for the summer or the winter, whatever. It's like you want to have a backup plan. You want to be able to come back should something change. And that's the thing. It's like, what about if something doesn't work out in this process or this adventure? Well, that's why you're setting up a plan in place for backup. It's like plan B kind of thing. Let's take a look here. What else is going on with Aquarius? Seven of Pentacles. The Sun. Leo energy. What's the Seven of Pentacles with the Sun? That's an interesting combo. What is this? What's the Seven of Pentacles? What is it that's needing time or energy? Page of Cups. Okay. Emotionally or love, something takes time to fully grow. Something is needing, or it requires work, time, energy. It's kind of like a friendship that evolves into something much more than you anticipated. I think you're seeing something here, Aquarius, that you didn't anticipate, sort of the expansion of it or the growth of it, or like, wow, this is so much more than I thought. I don't know if that's a friendship evolving into, because you have this Four of Wands here. There could be something in your life here that you've been plugging away at, but you didn't realize the amount that it was going to grow or take off. Maybe that's a business. It could be something around a relationship with this Page of Cups. It's kind of like you meet somebody, I don't know, there's something here that feels like it brings out a lot of happiness for you. It shines in a new way. It's a new light. It kind of takes on another level, it just changes into something much bigger. You didn't realize this, or maybe you did. But definitely what you've put your focus or energy or time into seems to really show up for you. It seems to like highlight. It's kind of like, you plant a seed and you don't know what that is. And then you realize, holy cow, I have like a whole bunch of these vegetables or plants or flowers, or you don't realize that something's like going to grow so big in your life. So something that I think you plugged away at or you started, it really, and it could be a relationship, and that could be any kind of relationship that you just started off with a casual friendship, or it seems to really take off for you, and you get a lot of joy out of this. You get a lot of like the reward paying off for you, the hard work or the energy or the time put in, it really pays off for you. You're feeling the sense of pleasure and happiness, and sort of like a new bright light there with the Sun. Tell me more about this. That's Leo energy. Anything around that? Yeah, Eight of Swords. I don't think you saw this. I don't think you ever thought that this would be, you may have thought that something was going to stay the same. How could this ever change? How could this ever grow? How could this evolve? It could be like a YouTube channel, right? I didn't realize I'm still a very small channel, but I'm getting close to 10,000 people. I didn't really realize that was going to happen. When you're starting something out, you're like, I don't think I'm ever going to make it to that number, or I don't think it's going to happen. But I think you sort of realize like what we tell ourselves, what we think is limiting, what we think we're going to stay stuck in, or what we think is never going to change. Not only does it change, it like kind of blossoms in a way. It comes into fruition in a much bigger way for you. So I think this is good. I think it's changed your mindset. I think it's showing you an example in life where you're where it's telling you, hey, where you thought you were limited, where you thought you couldn't grow or change or come out in such a big way or such a happy way, it's kind of like, I'll never, I don't know, whatever that is in life, you'll never do something, or you'll never, it seems to really show you the opposite. It shows you that absolutely you're worthy of that. Absolutely possible. Don't underestimate the power of the Sun, It's like, yeah. What else? Anything else? I'm going to close the reading off soon. I just feel called here. Queen of Wands. What's that about? Again, I think that it could be part of this here. The Three of Cups. Putting an emphasis here, there is an emphasis maybe on, I think it is something around developing of relationships in your life. Developing friendships, relationships. There's a thing here about you feeling more confidently that you can kind of, enjoy now. You've gotten to a place here, Aquarius. Again, it's around that working hard, stability. And it's like, I can actually start to leap forward and enjoy and do the other things that you have set to do in your life, the passions, the things that you want to do. But you're kind of preparing, you're making sure that home base is secure, safe, and stable for you to come back to, so that you can kind of venture off and go into other ventures, other things, other environments, new people, celebrating new things in life. So there's something here that I feel it gives you an opportunity in life, Aquarius, to really kind of shine and just enjoy the things that you're passionate about. Tell me about this Queen of Wands. Who or what is this? The Lovers. Yeah. So it could be around a connection. Like I said, it is around relationships. It is around partnerships. And I feel like you're given a bit more of a choice. You're making this situation, you're setting it up so that you have the freedom or the choice to enjoy a different aspect. I definitely think that something is to be celebrated here, Aquarius. I definitely think that you really put your energy, your mind into things. You didn't slow down or stop. I think you worked very tenacious. It's like tenacity. And I think that it's really bringing you closer together to community maybe, but relationships in general, specifically love. You have the Four of Wands, the Sun, the Lovers, the Three of Cups. This is a very celebratory, enjoyable, committal, strong companionship, and you feel good about this. This is something that you feel you want to spend more time or focus in these relationships, singular or plural. And I think that you're just sort of changing. There's some of you that are kind of wanting a little bit more free time, or the ability to kind of, like I said, sort of branch out and sort of have another aspect of life, enjoyment in your life, doing something differently. And that's where you're preparing or planning. Because I feel like you know what you want to do, but you're like, how am I going to get there? How am I going to do this? What are the steps involved? So I think it's really good. The World, travel, see? The World, new beginnings, cycles closing to start you into something else. Death card, endings and beginnings for sure, that bring a lot of transformation. There's a change in your life at this time, Aquarius, where you're starting to, I don't know, you're reevaluating something, the Judgment. Yeah, you're in this big decision where it could be like now or never. It could be like, if I don't make this happen now, when am I going to make it happen? So I might as well step into this role. I might as well figure this out. You're playing it safe, but it's sort of like you're ready for, and you're about to be going through a lot of transformations and change in your life. There's other avenues and parts of life that you want to explore, you want to enjoy, you want to do, maybe with your partner. I definitely feel that some of you are kind of like parking, you're parking your life. It's like, I've thought about this, actually. It's kind of ringing a bell in my ear now, where I've like, maybe I could rent out my place, make a ton of money, because I'm in a very resort style area, and like go travel. And friends of mine have told me, like, I don't know why you're not doing that, but to a sort, I haven't made the decision yet. So there's something of like keeping your security, keeping your home or your home base or your home job or whatever this is, but going to explore. Yeah, I think it's quite exciting. You got quite a bit of exciting energy here. Again, Eight of Swords is just saying, this isn't something you ever thought of or dreamed of, or you didn't think it would come to light, that Sun card. You were like, how is that possible? How could I retire early? But it happens. Something's on the right path for you to make it happen, Aquarius. I'm going to do the well-being card, Teachings of Abraham Hicks. Yeah, Let's see, because this is about the law of attraction. Let's see what's coming out in these cards for Aquarius. I want to feel good. Today, no matter where I am going, no matter what I am doing, no matter who I am doing it with, it is my dominant intention to see that which I am wanting to see. So that's interesting, because that's kind of like that sun card, you know? It's shining light on where you really want to focus. Maybe it's something about no matter what, you're going to make this situation happen. You're going to make yourself feel good. And I feel like that's the Queen of Wands, Three of Cups, the lovers, you know? This is a person that is determined to come out and enjoy a good time, enjoy, with a sense of intention, good intention. Queen of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Sun card, a lot of happiness, a lot of enjoyment. There's orange energy there too, the orange, the solar plexus. Okay, Aquarius, that is your reading. Thank you guys for your likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions. I appreciate it. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.